right, kindergarten. Do you remember last week we actually mixed our paints and we created the secondary colors, orange, green, and then we mixed all three primaries together and we made brown and we painted our pumpkins? They are dry this week, so now we are actually going to cut them out and put them together to create a beautiful pumpkin patch. You can either have a daylight pumpkin or you can have a nighttime pumpkin. So you get to choose whichever one you want. So what you're going to do first is we are going to cut out our pumpkin pieces. So you're going to cut out your pumpkin very carefully. You're going to cut out your leaves. All right, so I did this on purpose because I want to show you, because this is really what I don't want to see. I don't want to see a lot of white on your paper when you cut out. Does that look as pretty as that? Do you see how Miss Rucker got most all of her white off of her pumpkin and her leaves? So what I want you to do is, if you cut out something like this, that's okay. But now I have a really nice little piece that I can hold in my hand and I can steer. I can steer it. Look at how Miss Rucker steers her hand. My scissors are hardly even moving and I'm steering it in a circle and I'm cutting most all of that white off of my pieces. We will have plenty of time today to complete this project, so I really want you to take your time. Look at that, I left some white. I'm going to go back and I'm just going to snip it off. Just snip it off. Perfect. We have plenty of time, so let's take our time making our project as nice and neat and clean as we can. Okay, so look how I'm going back and I left a little bit of white. That's okay. You can leave a little bit of white, but try to get most of that white off, just because your project's going to look a lot cleaner and neater. Okay, so like my pumpkin, look at that. And that's okay. If you accidentally snip off your little stem, that is absolutely okay, because we can just glue it back on our paper. Okay, so just keep it. Don't throw it away. If you accidentally snip it off. See, that's why I just wanted to, see, look, I already have a nice, perfect little stem up there. I didn't even have to cut that. That's why we just drew those 2 lines that went straight up to the top. And I'm going to trim it up. I want a really nice, clean look. There we go. Look at that. Miss Rucker got most all of her white off. You don't have to get all the white, just most of it. Perfect. And if you forgot to draw a stem, that would be a good time to take some of your scratch paper. And a stem is very simply a rectangle. So you can just cut you a rectangle and we can color it with a crayon. So just let Miss Rucker know and I'll give you a brown crayon and we can color your stem. So that's okay. We can fix our problems sometimes. All right, so now you have these pieces and you can pick it. You can pick your pumpkin to go this way, hamburger style, or you can turn it hot dog. So I think I'm going to do a hot dog since I did a hamburger here and I already did a daytime here. I think I'm going to do a nighttime so I can show you what both of them look like. All right, so now the very first thing I'm going to do is I've got to get my pumpkin down first. So I'm going to flip my pumpkin over and I'm just going to glue the outside edges. It does not take a whole lot of glue. If you just glue the outside, it's going to stick. So I'm going to just put some glue. You see how I just outlined it? I didn't do the very edges. I came in just a little bit. I'm going to flip it over. I don't want it in the middle because I want to leave some room for my vines. So I think I'm going to come down to the bottom. I'm going to press, but this is what I'm going to do. This is a little trick. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to massage its back. I'm going to massage its back. And this is a good way to flatten it out, and it really makes that glue hold. It sticks. There we go. Voila. And I'm going to do the same thing with my leaves. I'm just going to outline my edge. Just like that. Just the edges. It does not take, I do not want gloppy glue monsters. Just the edge. And you can place these leaves however you want them on your page. I'm just going to go around. A little bit of glue. That's all it takes. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit of glue. You can put them at the top. You can put them at the bottom. Just a little bit. I just outlined it. There it is. I just outlined it. Just a little bit of glue. Maybe I want one there. Barely squeezing my bottle. It does not take a whole lot of glue. And I think I want one there. And however many leaves you have, you'll glue down. Now, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to massage. I'm going to massage its back. Press really hard. Make sure that glue grabs. We want that glue to grab. Ooh, I like this one. That'll really make it stick. All right. Flip it over, and look how nice and neat and flat. Perfect, but we're not done. We need to add either a sun. If you picked blue paper, you want a yellow sun. If you picked black paper, you're going to want a white or a yellow moon. You can pick either one. I think I'm going to do a little white moon. Just like that. Just off in the background. It doesn't have to be real big. Just a small moon. Now, I'm going to take a dark green and a light green, and I'm going to do some vines. And you can have these vines go however you want. Maybe I want vines to do that. So I've got my light green. Now I'm going to go over it with a dark green. It's those loop-de-loos. Miss Rucker loves those loop-de-loos. Just like that. So we want some vines. You can even add a vine. You want one coming here. There we go. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a reflection light because we've got the sun or the moon hitting the pumpkin. Wherever you put your sun or your moon, that side of your pumpkin is going to have a reflection light. So if you put your moon on this side of your pumpkin, you're going to take chalk, not the oil pastel. We're going to put those up there. You're going to use chalk, put it on its side, and you're just going to put a little bit of chalk right on the side of the pumpkin. You can even do half of the stem. You're going to take your finger, and you're going to rub it. You're going to massage the chalk. See, I didn't do a whole lot of chalk, just a little bit of chalk. Perfect. And that, oh, we got to add stars. So after that, you can put your chalk away, and you can actually do your stars with your oil pastel. You just want to do a little, just some little dots, just like that. I'm not going, I'm just kind of pressing. I'm putting my little oil pastel down, and I'm pressing just at the top of my page, just a few little stars. So this is your nighttime, if you want a nighttime, and this is your daytime. Now if you do daytime, you probably don't want stars. You just want a sun, okay? A sun and then a reflection light right here. All right, just make sure the only thing we're using chalk for is the reflection on the pumpkin, okay? That's the only thing we're using chalk for. And don't use your white oil pastel to do the reflection on the pumpkin. We're actually using chalk to do that because the oil pastel won't blend. We won't be able to do this with our finger if we use the oil pastel. The one that's like a crayon, that's not the one we want to use for our reflection light. Okay, when you're done, you will put your things back in the baskets. Get a wipe, clean your hands. Have fun.